right. Hi everybody. We're now at this kind of a crowded area, but it seems that it's a farmers market, and we'll like to ask from these two people why did they come here and what did they do here?
It is a farmers market. As we all know, on October 7th, the main area that was targeted were the settlements around the border, right near the border with Gaza, that a lot of them have farmers, a lot of agriculture. And since they evacuated all the people from there, they're stuck with a lot of crop. And as you can see, all these people here came to basically support them and buy the crop from them that they needed to. That's how they live. That's what they live from. So we're all here to support that and buy from them. It's Israeli produce. It's probably kind of the only thing we can do for them right now, besides sending them our love and support.
Wow, very practical.
And you for yourself saw that it was all empty by the time you got here. That means
the Arab Health Council.
Just imagine how many people came here before. And huge containers, and that's what we do. That's what the Israeli spirit is. Like giving to each other and supporting each other during our good times and bad times, because we all know we have bad times. That's what happens.
And so what did you buy? Did you buy?
So what we managed to find was like the most important thing.
The most important thing. Okay, what's the most important thing for you?
This is a special type of melon.
This is a Spanish melon.
Okay.
And it's important because.
Why is it?
My mom is Sephardic. No,
yeah,
because my mom's from Spain.
Yeah.
No, it's different than the Israeli melon. It has a very different taste. Not very, but slightly different taste. And in Judaism, when you try a new fruit, I can tell you that I haven't tried it before. When you try something new or you wear something new, there's a blessing that you can say on a new thing. So I will take this opportunity that when we open this melon, I'll say this blessing. So it gave me an extra something from it.
Wow.
So
what would the blessing be? I mean, I know when you buy new stuff, you call it Chadesh.
Yes.
But in this case,
even when you buy something, you say the blessing.
Right.
Not Kadesh. That's what you say to somebody else.
That's what you say to someone.
Okay.
But you say Shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'giyanu lazman hazeh, which basically means who made us, let us live, and brought us to this time.
Wow.
Amen. Yeah.
And saying that, I can only hope that we will have the what's the word I'm looking for? Opportunity to say it back in the places that were attacked and families that were destroyed, and once the hostages are back, that's what we'll be saying.
When they move into their new houses.
Yeah, we also see a lot of Israel Chai signs around, especially these days. How would you translate that?
The nation of Israel lives. That's literal translation. That's the people of Israel live, and that's what gives us the power and the energy and the hope to keep going and get through everything that God knows and everybody else knows that we go through or went through and probably will go through. But
so I'm reminded that the blessing you just mentioned, the Shehecheyanu, is also said during weddings.
Exactly.
So it's like you're looking forward to an auspicious day or event. And obviously, you're saying that also in a prophetic way, that the hostages, God willing, they will be back. And Kulanu will be able to and everybody will say together the blessing of Shehecheyanu. So I think that's beautiful. Thank you.
Singapore has always been a good friend of Israel. Extremely good friend of Israel.
Right.
As Taiwan is as well. And I wish we could be a better friend to Taiwan than sometimes doesn't happen, but we really are good friends with Taiwan. We appreciate that. She has two brothers, my two sons, who are in the army now.
Wow.
One of them is up north on the border, and one of them is down south.
Voila.
I think almost every household has someone either in the army or, God forbid, on the other side knows someone that is no longer with us because of these events. And it really affected, I want to say, the majority of households in Israel.
Yeah.
I have a very close friend. We do a Talmud study group every night on the telephone. There's 5 of us. So the one that gives the study group, the one that says all the things, he has 5 sons in the army right now.
Wow.
All of them
In combat units.
in combat units.
Wow. And I know being here for this long that deep inside every civilian or even your sons, the army, I'll say everybody, deep inside their hearts, they want peace. Even though they are fighting the Palestinians or Hamas, right? I know it's
all we want is peace and quiet.
Yeah,
That's it.
I know it's a difficult question. I'm challenging you, but how do we get to that peace?
The first step is to win this war and eliminate Hamas. Not eliminate the Palestinians, but eliminate Hamas. They're bad for us, and they're bad for them.
They're bad for everybody at this point.
Yeah.
And I think the world is starting to realize that that we have a mutual enemy, all of us. And you're right, once that is eliminated and out of the picture, I do really, with all my heart, want to believe that there's someone to talk to on the other side. I really do want to believe that, but the first step is winning this war. Yes, that is definitely the first step, and eliminating.
There's no problem between Jews and Arabs, or Israelis and Arabs. There really is no problem. The problem is with the terrorists.
I can add to that. And my brothers might be in the army. I work in the medical profession. I'm a paramedic, and hospitals and the medical field in Israel specifically have always been a beacon of coexistence.
Yes.
Israeli doctors, Arab doctors, we all work together for one goal, which is saving lives.
Yeah.
And that's what we should be aiming for. That's what we are aiming for. That's where we want to be. This coexistence, living in peace and with good neighbors, because it's doable. I see it every day.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing that you just mentioned that Israel was on the cusp of a potential Saudi peace deal, and then this happened. So someone didn't like what's going on, and it appears to be this way.
That's what we believe too.
I could tell you it's probably 80%, 90% of what happened. It was because of that. I've been to Arab countries. I've been to
before we had diplomatic relations.
Even before we had, I was American also, so I can go.
Right.
I was in United Arab Emirates before and after.
Before the peace deal and after the peace deal?
And after the peace deal. And I could say the people there love us, and I love them.
Wow.
And I can remember being in the airport there, and when everybody was stepping up to some sort of administrative person, they had a program which comes from Kuwait, and they're able to tell who came from Israel and who didn't come from Israel.
Wow.
So even though I was an American, I had an American passport, he knew I was from Israel. He gave me such a big smile and told me welcome.
Wow.
So the Arabs want to be friends with Israel. And then, unfortunately, there's a lot of Arabs that are under the pressure of Iran today. And Iran is a threat to the whole world, not only to Israel. I don't know if you know what's happening on college campuses in the United States.
Attacking, attacking Jewish people just because they are Jewish.
At this point, it's just anti-Semitism.
It's anti-Semitism. There's Jewish people that engage in that also. Because they don't understand, they don't know.
It's just,
Isn't it amazing?
unthinkable,
Sad.
I don't know how they could have an opinion about what's going on here without even being here.
And the second step after Hamas is eliminated, what do you propose?
You have to rebuild Gaza, and you have to make sure that there will be some type of oversight to make sure that the people are happy with what the situation is, and that the people will not follow in the same direction again. Israelis don't want to be there again. We don't want to be there. We don't want to see it. We want it just to be a good place. And it may require a country like the United Arab Emirates coming in.
Yeah.
Or
Jordan.
Maybe Jordan.
Yeah.
Egypt doesn't want to go in.
Egypt doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
I don't think Jordan wants either.
Why do you think Jordan and Egypt doesn't want?
They had experience with people of this nature. The Islamic Brotherhood was in Egypt for a while, and even they had a president.
Yeah,
that's right.
It was overthrown.
Before the last coalition, they had the first time, I think, in the 75-year history, there was an Arab party in the coalition with him.
We were just talking about that.
Yep, there was.
Yeah.
Under Bennett's administration.
Yeah, and the Bennetts.
You know, we're sort of hoping the Bennett comes back again.
Yeah. We were actually just talking about this yesterday, that was probably the most broad coalition that we had that represents the vast majority of the country.
Yeah.
Like, the Arab population is 20%. That
sizable.
cannot be ignored. That's almost a quarter of the population. That is a huge amount, and they need to be represented. Obviously, with I mean, in Parliament, I think it's legit that each sector has a representative. I think that's what Parliament should look like.
Yes.
And I hope and I pray that we can reach that broad span and equally representatives for all Israeli citizens.
Well, so that is the hope and desire that we all are expecting, and thank you very much for your time. It was so informative. I enjoyed it myself. So is there anything that you like to say in terms of how can they support?
How can they support? They can understand our position in the situation that's existed since 1948 and before, and they can encourage their governments to be more supportive of Israel in the United Nations, which is horrible the way it is now and has been for a long time.
I actually want to say that I think the most important thing and the most needed thing right now is actually not only supporting, but tell the story. Like, tell our truth. Our truth needs to be told, because right now the world is like giving us legitimacy for our fight, but that will go out very, very quickly, and people need to understand that our fight and our war is just. I mean, it's not a war that we wanted. We did not start this war. This is very important for everyone to understand and know that we don't want wars. We don't start wars. That's not. It never was. It never was us. And just support us and tell our truth, tell our story. We just want to live peacefully with our neighbors. That's it. That's really all we want.
We would also like to invite everybody to come to Israel, not now,
that too,
but to come as soon as things will quiet down.
Just come see for yourself.
All right. I mean, it's nothing beats being up close and personal. It's definitely going to be different from what you see in the news. So not everybody here are wearing army uniforms. So
Only in heart.
You missed my son. Actually, I let him come back today for a little bit.
Wow, that would be
He's back then. He's back then. He just
missed him.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.